And tonight in Hannity's America. Now, last week, Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal announced that his state would decline millions from the president's spending package that he says would result in an unfair unemployment tax increase on businesses. Well, it seems the governor's stance has put him in the crosshairs of liberal groups like the Center for American Progress. Now, yesterday, in a press release, they painted an ominous picture of Louisiana's economy, proclaiming that the state is losing 430 jobs a day. Well, is it true? Well, not according to Governor Jindal, who appeared this morning on the Today Show.
By the way, I heard the vice president talk about our economy. We were the only state last month that added jobs in this country. We've continued to outperform the national economy. We've done it in part because we've cut taxes. We're going to continue to do that.
All right, so who's right? Now, according to a January 27th press release from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, only one state in the entire union recorded an increase in employment in December, and that was, you guessed it, Louisiana. Looks like the folks at the center, they need to make some progress on their math skills. And it turns out that Bobby Jindal may have started a trend among his fellow governors, as many other state leaders are now announcing plans to reject funding from certain provisions that are in the spending package. But what may surprise you is that some of these governors, they're Democrats. Governor John Lynch of New Hampshire and Governor Phil Bredesen of Tennessee are now saying that they may also decline some federal funding. Both governors say that provisions in the law would require states to permanently expand certain programs, but funding from the federal government would only be available for the next 2 years. Now, news of this opposition came just after the president and Mrs. Obama wined and dined all the nation's governors at a black-tie dinner at the White House. See, this is what happens when you actually give people a little time to read the legislation. Our friend Senator Chuckie Schumer held a press conference earlier today to praise President Obama's speech. Now, in recognition of remarkable partisanship, Mr. Schumer is getting our liberal translation treatment tonight.
It was a tour de force. It was one of the best speeches I've heard in all my 28 years in Washington. He didn't flinch from the problems we face, but gave every American confidence that we could meet them, succeed, and prevail. And we're playing on the same team with the president. We know that his agenda is the agenda that will move America forward. Our Republican colleagues have tried to act like they're cheering for the quarterback and then nitpick his play call. Well, President Obama and his agenda are one and the same. You can't separate the man from the agenda. And unfortunately, many of our Republican colleagues are mired in the past.
All right, now for embarrassing yourself like that, Senator, I hope you at least get that ride on Air Force One. You deserve it. And finally tonight, Vice President Joe Biden made the rounds on the morning shows earlier today to answer a few questions about the administration's efforts to dig us out of the current economic hole. Unfortunately, well, the Vice President, he left his cheat sheet at home. You don't want to miss this. Take a look.
By the way, do you know the website?
You know, I'm embarrassed. Do you know the website number? I should have it in front of me, and I don't. I'm actually embarrassed.
I'm going to call your office directly, too, and get it later.
It is recovery.gov. Recovery.gov.
All right, the number for the website? Ouch. And by the way, hats off to that CBS anchor. That is the first time I've ever heard Joe Biden speechless, and I liked it. And that is the news tonight from Hannity's America. Let not your